At the end of the 1997-98 season, Wednesday finally finished in 16th place, only avoiding relegation by a mere 4 points. It was time to say goodbye to Ron Atkinson, who after fulfilling his promise to keep the club in the Premier League, said farewell to Sheffield for a second time. Wednesday old boy Danny Wilson was appointed to lead the Owls over the forthcoming season. The Lancastrian was now an adopted Yorkshireman and had gained many admirers within his short managerial career at Barnsley by getting the Tykes into the Premiership on limited resources. Wilson was a popular player for 4 years at Hillsborough, ironically signed by Ron Atkinson, the man he was replacing.
A statement for myself really. I'm delighted to come with such a big club like Sheffield Wednesday. I think these opportunities very, very rarely come around. It's a chance in a lifetime for myself, and I hope the manager's a good one. The club is geared to be playing into Europe, and that's got to be our aim, you know. But you know, there's going to be a lot of obstacles in front of us, you know. i.e. other teams going to stop us doing that. But it's the potential is there to do it, you know. And it's important that we can utilise the abilities of the players to the maximum, you know. And if we can do that, I'm sure that you'll not be far away from what we're trying to aim for.
With funds available, the new manager set about restructuring his side. Wilson knew that success wouldn't come overnight and hoped that the fans would be patient as both he and his new additions settled in at Hillsborough. His first signing, Dutch international midfielder Wim Jonk, arrived in August from PSV Eindhoven. Wednesday fought off competition from Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest for the player's signature. Fresh from the World Cup, Jonk had an excellent reputation and pedigree and would be the linchpin of the midfield, providing ammunition for the likes of Carboni and Di Canio. The manager's second signing was the young Argentine, Juan Cobian. The fullback was signed on a year's contract for a nominal fee from Argentine club Boca Juniors. Leaving at that time was Mark Pembridge, who flew the Owls' nest to Benfica on a free transfer under the Bosman ruling. Dejan Stefanovic was initially refused a work permit, but was finally cleared to play for the Owls once more in October after a lengthy appeal by the club. The new manager would also start the season without John Newsom, Nicholas Alexanderson and Ian Nolan, all absent due to long-term injuries. 3 games for the Owls during the month of August and 3 points taken from the win against Spurs. West Ham United were the first visitors to Hillsborough on a glorious sunny day, and it was their large following that went home blowing bubbles as the Hammers collected all 3 points with a late strike from England international and new boy Ian Wright. White Hart Lane was the destination for the first away trip of the year, Tottenham Hotspur the opponents, and it was here that the season really began.
Schindler still gets his cross in, and it was brave defence at the end as Ferdinand homed in. Nielsen was there as well, and Wednesday scrambled it clear. Anderton, nice touch. And Ginola, the outlet for everything at the moment. Chamazani makes the overlap. Ginola cuts inside, chance for a shot again. He's getting closer. The first one was saved, and the second one just swerved over Pressman's crossbar. We've only had 5 minutes, and already 2 efforts on goal from the enigmatic Frenchman. Defender came to him, Chamazani took him away. He doesn't need a second invitation to shoot. Anderson again with the curling free kick. That's towards Campbell! Off the post! I think Pressman might have got a touch. Tremendous effort from the Spurs skipper. Armstrong wins it this time. Campbell again. Fox, no offside. Raw Fox on the turn, straight at the keeper. Good spell of pressure from Tottenham. They did all but score. Didn't seem more than just a little push, really. That's a decent header, and Sheffield Wednesday have scored out of absolutely nothing. It was floated in, and the header looped over Walker. Andy Peter Atherton it is in fact. He doesn't get many, and he ghosted in to the Tottenham box, and Walker off his line had no chance at all. Absolutely stunned. It was a quickly taken free kick and he got behind Campbell. And a perfect header. After 26 minutes, Wednesday have the lead. Di Canio, put away from Nielsen. Support from Carbone. Trying to put Di Canio through, and he has done. And it must be for both. What a save from Walker. It still must be, and it finally is. For Paolo Di Canio. And Ian Walker, with two terrific saves, got no support from his defence at all. And Wednesday, with 10 minutes to go until half-time, are 2-0 ahead. It all seemed to happen in slow motion. Walker totally exposed. It was the two Italians really that fashioned it. Carbone's pass, and Di Canio's first shot well saved. Great save from Booth's follow-up, and Walker unlucky. The ball went back to Di Canio, who couldn't miss from there. Di Canio. Still. And he's got the free kick. Rather fortuitously, you have to say. But it's in a dangerous position. Spurs at 2 down. Really don't want to be defending free kicks just outside their own box. Toman Wim Jonk over it. It's Tomu who strikes it, and it's 3-0. That really was a stunning free kick. It fizzed into the corner. Walker was nowhere. It was Andy Hinchcliffe, in fact, who struck it. Walker didn't seem to really move. Well, the Sheffield Wednesday fans are happy. Just see it again to see if there's any curl on it. That left foot, and there wasn't much of a gap there.
I think what pleased me, more than anything, last week we had a little bit of a blip in a certain time in the game. We were punished for it, and today the discipline was very good. Today, I thought the first 20 minutes of the game, it set the foundation for us to go on and win the game. I thought we defended very well, for maybe about a 15-minute period at the starting of the game when Ginola was on top of his game, and it caused a few problems. But I thought the defending was excellent at times, and as a group and not just in the back four, I thought everybody played well. The back four got to take a lot of credit for that as well, obviously. But I thought throughout the side we all worked very, very hard. The strikers come back and help the full-backs at certain times in the game. And as I say, it gives a platform to go on and create an opening to get the first goal. And it's never easy to come here, but we got the goals at the right time, if you can say that. And it's always nice to score whenever. But just the way the game was going and panning out, we got the goals at a good time. The first two, obviously, and then in the second half, when they started getting ahead of steam up against Tottenham, we managed to get a free kick and Andy curled a great goal in.
September brought a mixed bag of results. The Owls lost 3 and won 2 games in the Premiership and made a swift exit from the Worthington Cup against Cambridge United.
It's Carbone with the Wednesday corner. The fall to the back post and played across goal, shot in from Peter Atherton, and Atherton has scored. The Wednesday skipper opens the scoring. 1-0 to Wednesday, and Peter Atherton with the driven shot. Receives the ball back from Peter Rudy. Di Canio still going. He's got some work to do here. Was he pulled down? I think he was, yes. The referee is going to his notebook and he's awarded a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday in a dangerous position. Di Canio seeming to be in quite a bit of pain as McKinley goes into the referee's notebook. Wednesday looking to double their lead. Carbone over it. So is Andy Hinchcliffe. Might be Hinchcliffe with the left foot. It is Hinchcliffe with the left foot, and it's 2-0 for Wednesday. A superb curling free kick from Andy Hinchcliffe, and Wednesday double their lead. No chance for the Blackburn keeper. Hinchcliffe with a free kick. Atherton helps it out to Earl Barrett. Atherton this time helps it on for Andy Booth. Booth to Earl Barrett, and then Earl Barrett with the ball for Carboni. He'll get there before it gets to the byline, and Di Canio will knock in the cross. The Italians link up. Carboni the provider. Di Canio shirt over the head, finishing the goal. Created and finished in Italy. And the Kop loving this as Wednesday turn on the style in the sunshine. It was Benny Carboni who latched onto the through ball. A wonderful ball back across goal, and Di Canio with a right foot volley. 3-0.
Once again, the Dons were pre-season favourites for the drop, yet continued to confound the critics and defeated Wednesday 2-1. The first signs of a rift between Paolo Di Canio and manager Danny Wilson became evident. The Italian was dropped to substitute, and although scoring after his introduction in the second half, questions surrounded his future. In the Worthington Cup, the Owls suffered their most embarrassing defeat of the season, unceremoniously dumped out of the competition by 3rd Division Cambridge United. Wednesday made amends in the next game against champions Arsenal. Lee Briscoe gave the Owls a precious last-minute win, but the headlines had already been written.
Has been sent off and has pushed on, flagged the referee. Parler. Chance here for Bergkamp. Good save. 3 times. And a substitution is going to be made by Sheffield Wednesday. Lee Briscoe poised to come on. And Nicholas Alexanderson is the player he will replace. Still short of match fitness. He's a bit further down the road to recovery. Goals, plenty to talk about. Oh, it's a good save by Manninger from Tom. Oh, that's back to the form of last season. Powerful header. And a very good tip away. One to his right, everybody else left. He seemed to pull out of that. Hinchcliffe, Briscoe! Oh, it was the best chance of the match by a distance. Hinchcliffe's cross. Goalkeeper couldn't take it and should have been given no chance, but was able to parry it away. Walker caught in possession, 3-on-2, Parler to the right. Not a good ball to Anelka, from Anelka rather, and another good save, but it wasn't a good pass by Anelka. Anelka hit it well, brilliant save by Kevin Freshman. Probably his best of the match. He's made 5 now worthy of the crowd's acclaim. Really struck it well with Anelka. Very good turn away. Arsenal shown the greater enterprise in the closing stages. Strange challenge by Vivas. Yonk. Briscoe. Yes! Well, would you believe it? The man who missed the best chance of the match scores when it was least expected. Manninger fooled by the shot, and Sheffield Wednesday are going to beat the champions.
The club immediately suspended Di Canio indefinitely, and the FA charged the player for misconduct. Fans had little to cheer about during October, as there followed a run of 2 defeats and 2 goalless draws. The Owls were boosted by the arrival of former Newcastle keeper Pavel Srnicek. It would prove to be a shrewd move, as the free transfer helped add depth to the goalkeeping department.
Obviously I didn't get the last couple of years chances in Newcastle, so when my contract runs out I decided just move on, and then I went back home for a couple of months, and then Sheffield come back to me and with offer, so I was very happy I could come back to Premiership.
Wilson also signed little-known midfielder Danny Sonner from Ipswich Town for $75,000. The Northern Ireland international was delighted to be given a chance of Premiership football after struggling to secure a regular place in the Ipswich lineup.
I always thought I was good enough to play Premier League football regular. You know, in life, not everything goes according to plan, and you know, it's come a bit later for me, but I'm glad I'm here.
Paolo Di Canio had by now been handed an 11-match ban and a £10,000 fine from the FA. The big game of the month would be the home fixture against Manchester United, but November began with a date with Yorkshire rivals Leeds at Ellen Road. What a start it was. After only 3 minutes, Andy Booth scored to end the goal drought, but it wasn't enough as David O'Leary's emerging young side fought back to claim a 2-1 victory. With Kevin Pressman injured, the door was open for new keeper Pavel Srnicek to make an impression, and what better place than St James's Park and former club Newcastle United. In what was a very spirited performance, Wednesday played well and were unlucky not to take all 3 points.
Here's Warren Barton, plenty of space for Barton, comes off Dalglish, Srnicek makes the save, but Dalglish follows it up, and Newcastle take the lead. Dropped out for Petter Rudy, oh my word, it's gone in! Rudy with the effort, and I think it might have come off the foot of the Newcastle defender. Wednesday are back level, and Petter Rudy was the man who got the first touch in the penalty area, but I think it might just have come off Xavi.
Manchester United crossed the Pennines to provide Wednesday with their largest crowd of the season, who surely witnessed the side's best performance, and the hero of the day, Nicholas Alexanderson.
Hinchcliffe's free kick, aimed at Booth. Carboni's ahead of him. Alexanderson in behind him. He tries the shot! Oh, it's in! It's a goal! Peter Schmeichel couldn't keep it out! And Nicholas Alexanderson gives Sheffield Wednesday the lead inside 15 minutes. What a start for Danny Wilson and his players. And here's Manchester United's Hillsborough jinx going to strike again here. It was a beautifully hit left foot shot, but frankly, you would have expected Peter Schmeichel to deal with it. It was straight at him. Neville in possession, however, for United. The layoff from Cole to York, and back again to Cole. Brilliant! What a magnificent equaliser by Manchester United. Perhaps it was the presence of Alex Ferguson on the touchline that forced them to move up a gear. And well he might. Taken down well by little Benny Carboni, but he's lost out in the physical battle inevitably to Stam, who's done well here for his team. 4 forward in this Manchester United attack. And he keeps going, and Srnicek forced to push it away for a corner. Stam. That's a sloppy ball by the Dutchman, the world's most expensive defender, not pleasing his manager then. Peter Rudy coming forward for Sheffield Wednesday, sets one up to Sonner, thought about hitting it first time, plays it off instead, and in it goes towards Booth. Oh, it's a good save, but it'll surely be knocked in. The rebound has been in, and Sheffield Wednesday are back in the lead. Well, Peter Schmeichel might have one or two question marks against him again, but Wim Jonk and Sheffield Wednesday aren't complaining. Alexanderson with a little ball, Booth played it straight against the Manchester United keeper, and Wim Jonk was perfectly placed to slide home his first ever goal for Sheffield Wednesday. And Manchester United find themselves behind for the second time in a match here at Hillsborough. Anderson wins the loose ball, then gets it back from Sonner. Oh, Schmeichel in trouble with the cross, which I'm sure it was, rather than an intended shot. Alexanderson for Sheffield Wednesday. Carboni. Oh, that's an ambitious ball. Beckham read it well, but a mistake by Stam, and Alexanderson could be in again. His second of the game. A delighted Danny Wilson shakes his fist with joy, not anger, and there's joy all around Hillsborough as Sheffield Wednesday extend their lead to 3-1. Carboni with a clever overhead kick. Beckham just guided it back, but Stam's first touch let him down. Alexanderson was determined, and once he'd got round Schmeichel, the outcome was inevitable. And Sheffield Wednesday, yet again, seem to be on the way to victory against Manchester United.
Well, Wim Jonk, your first goal for Sheffield Wednesday, and it couldn't have come in a better game for you, could it?
No, it was a very important moment for us, and especially the second half, when you scored 2-1, it's very important. I think I played a very good game today. It was a very good performance of the team, and I think we deserve to win.
I think it definitely must be the best game since I came back from my injury. So I've played 7 games since then, and yeah, this must be the best one. I thought he saved it at first, but then when I looked the second time, I saw he dropped it, and yeah, went just behind the line. So.
In cold light of day, one victory doesn't make for a winning season. Wilson has been quick to administer one healthy dose of realism.
He's keeping the lads' feet firm on the ground, and like I say, he's not getting too despondent about the league position, but all the same, he's saying we've got to take each game as it comes, but as I say, the results are becoming important now.
With Yugoslav Dejan Stefanovic's future still uncertain and Paolo Di Canio still suspended, the manager knows long-term success rests with his ability to attract new players.
The numbers that we have are just too small anyway for a first-team pool. If we get, any sort of number of injuries, we will be struggling. But at the same time, we still need some quality in the first team to complement the likes of Wim Jonk and people like that.
Chelsea were playing well and flying high this season. Gianluca Vialli's side of United Nations were a difficult proposition and deservedly took the lead through Gianfranco Zola's first half strike.
Did that well. Zola checked the stretching, Zola was there, and Chelsea are in the lead.
Wednesday fought back and their resilience was rewarded with the 67th minute strike from Andy Booth, thus securing a vital point.
Same two players again. Alexanderson with Booth in the middle. Booth! They equalise! Sheffield Wednesday are level. Andy Booth sneaking in onto Alexanderson's cross. Danny Wilson's team pulling something out of the fire here, halfway through the second half.
Bolstered by the victory against Man United and away draws at Newcastle and Chelsea, December started well for the Owls. The first fixture of a busy month brought bottom of the table Nottingham Forest to Hillsborough for Monday night football in front of the Sky cameras where Carboni shone.
It's knocked short. And not a bad effort from Young, but took a deflection en route. Corner, first of the game. Van Hooydonk. And it's a great run again from Johnson, and slides it in, and it must be, oh, great save! What a great save from Cernicek for Bart Williams, and he's lost out in the tackle, and Booth in a great position, and Carboni on the other side, Booth in the middle, Alexanderson arriving! Sheffield Wednesday
arrives to him, you know, he's got a lot of time. Alex Sanderson has to think about it, but the header is absolutely to perfection. Right in the corner, Besson absolutely no chance. It's a very, very good header.
Who took an awkward ball well then and feeds Rudy, who's got Carboni ahead of him, and Alexanderson arriving. Here's Carboni, Alexanderson in the middle, and he was almost in again. Oh, again, they're their own worst enemies, Forest, presenting the ball back to Wednesday. Carboni got a lucky deflection, and it's come back to the Italian again! Brilliant goal! What a way to end the famine! His first of the season, his first in 18 games, an absolute beauty.
But what about the defending again from Forest? Absolutely woeful. The pass from Hjelde straight to Carboni, looks up, spots Besson off his line, and this is absolutely exquisite.
Rogers slides it forward to Darshfield. Quasi well placed edge of the box, he hesitated. Now the cross. And Bonneler coming in, has sneaked it in somehow on the back post. But again, Forest have given the ball away, and Carboni could punish them again. So close. No hesitation from Johnson. The tackle's flying in now. Rudy. Carboni's onside. Can he make it another? He can! Be wondering why it's taken him so long with skill like that.
But what about the defending? They're trying to play offside. He's in line. Besson shows him a lot to the far post. But once again, good skill from Carboni. Just curls it in with the inside of his right foot.
Yonk. Booth. It was a good ball and a chance for another. Oh, that was so close from Sonna. Everyone back behind the ball here. Scott Gemmell, Johnson, chance for a shot. And through the crowd, it broke to Van Hooijdonk, and he finds the net. A lucky deflection, but Forest aren't complaining. Emerson. Carboni's onside. He's got Booth in the middle, and got caught between two stools, I think. Bart Williams in towards Van Hooijdonk, who got the flick right across the face of goal. Harewood turns it back in, and surely a chance here by Gray, and then by Johnson. Dave Besson's come forward. It's always a risk, but it's worth taking, I guess, at this stage. Gemmell, back to Bart Williams. Decent ball to the far post, and suddenly Cernicek diving to try and keep out Kjelde's header. And it's a corner. This surely will be the last chance for Forest.
I can't believe Besson's not coming up for this one.
The corner whipped into the near post. Great header away, and that's it. It's all over. And Nottingham Forest's brave attempt to rescue a point has ended in failure.
Benny's form continued, and he was on target against Charlton, the next team to be humbled at Hillsborough. The Owls at last began to show some consistency.
This is Benny Carboni. Wonderful ball out wide to the left-hand side. Man on the overlap, good cross into the middle. Booth tries to get there with the header. To Wednesday. Taken quickly. Carboni. Peter Rudy, the man with the back to goal. And again it goes out for a Wednesday corner. Taken short once again. This time it's a high ball to the back of the 6-yard box. The header down. Booth turns very well. Left foot shot. A wonderful finish from Andy Booth. 1-0 to Wednesday, and Andy Booth with a turn in the box, unchallenged, and slotted it coolly, calmly past the keeper. Mills with the throw. Wednesday can't clear. Wonderful overhead kick. Wasn't far wide. This is Carbone. Cleared only momentarily by Charlton. Back out to the little Italian. Good skill from Carbone. And this is a wonderful finish. Carbone from outside the area. It's 2-0. And the little Italian on fine form with another cracking finish. The keeper with no chance. Past one player, into space, and then a right foot rocket. Through for Andy Booth. Booth with a shot across goal, and it's just a couple of yards wide. Andy Booth already on the score sheet tonight. It took a little deflection on the way past, just rolling wide. Senichek with the clearance upfield. Booth pushed in the back. Quickly taken free kick. Puts Carbone away down the right. Powell tracks across. This is Rudy, unmarked, left foot. 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, created by Carbone. A quick free kick taken by Wednesday. Petter Rudy on the score sheet. Convincing win for Wednesday. Wrapped up by Rudy. The inch-perfect cross from Benito Carbone. Carbone again, been instrumental this afternoon. A little ball through for Andy Booth. Booth with a good finish, but I think the linesman's flag is up. It's offside, and the scoreline stays at 3-0 to Wednesday.
Well, Danny Wilson, the fans were shouting, "It's just like playing United."
Well, I mean, it might get carried away a little bit, like, you know, but again, it was a hard game to play in today. You know, there's a lot at stake. I think both clubs knew the importance of the 3 points again today. Although I didn't particularly think we played well in the first half, but looked a little bit edgy, and then small periods at the start of the second half as well. But the second goal, you know, from Benny Carbone calmed us down, and then from then on, I think it was, you know, there's just only one winner, wasn't there? You know, we played quite well then. But you expect that when you got a couple of goals as a cushion. You know.
What about that goal from Carbone?
Special, wasn't it? Again, I mean, he had two the other night that were very special, and again today. You know, it just shows the quality of the boy, like, you know. And when he's in this frame of mind, he's a handful for any defenders, you know. And he's got the ability to do as he did tonight, you know. And again, like I say, he's on blob at the moment in time.
The year ended with a trip to Villa Park. Despite playing well, Wednesday's cause wasn't aided by the sending off of Dejan Stefanovic, but they stuck to their task, and it was the Italian Benito Carbone once again supplying the inspiration.
Bit of shirt pulling going on as well. Senichek with a flail, and a follow-up by Southgate finds the net. Carbone! The lead lasted barely a minute. And Wednesday themselves have lift-off now. Michael Oakes beaten by a spectacular bicycle kick from Benito Carbone. And when the ball dropped, he seemed to have an age in which to measure up his options. And he chose the right one. 1-1. 6 minutes remaining. Wright's corner kick. Oh, a free header, and in at long last. It's Hugo Ehio.
The Di Canio chapter was finally closed when the Italian signed a 3.5-year deal with the Hammers, netting 1.5 million to Danny Wilson's fund. So to a new year and a new competition. The visit of Norwich City to Hillsborough in the FA Cup third round. It provided a much-needed distraction from the league programme and brought a Wednesday victory.
Oh, Carboni's got it through to Humphries, and Humphries is clear. Can he finish? Oh, he's got it through the keeper's legs. And it's 1-0 Wednesday. Carboni's pace getting in behind the Norwich defence again. Humphries is there with the header. The keeper saves. Humphries off. Gets it in the long run. And it's 2-0 in the 33rd. Long ball from Hinchcliffe. Rudy's there. The keeper's missed it again, and Rudy scores. Right on half-time now. Ewan Roberts gets the flick and he scores. 3-1. Hinchcliffe with the corner then. Oh, the keeper's come, he's nowhere near it, and it's into the net from Stefanovic. 4-1 the scoreline then, 73 minutes gone.
Paolo Di Canio's new club, West Ham United, entertained Wednesday at Upton Park. But it was the blue and whites who were to be the entertainers.
Carboni, look at the space he's got on this side. Hinchcliffe turns it in, it's going to go in. Hislop couldn't keep it out. And Hinchcliffe certainly, I think, intended that as a cross. And it crept under Hislop's body. A real miserable way to concede a goal.
First goal for Sheffield Wednesday, scored by Andy Hinchcliffe.
And that's Hinchcliffe's third goal of the season. Lazaridis, one imagines, won't be long before we see them. Here's Rudy, could be two. Well, didn't he take it well? Rudy, second goal of the season, and the West Ham defence absolutely flat-footed. 30 minutes gone, and it's 2 in 6 minutes for Wednesday. Wonderful skills, kept his head.
Second goal for Sheffield Wednesday, scored by Rudy.
Carboni's wide on the right. Sinclair's been beaten by this one. As Alexanderson goes forward, it's 3. Richie Humphries. Some good play here from Anderson, who pulled it across, and Richie Humphries stretched a left foot to it. And Wednesday looking a lot less pretty now he hits a shot wide. Yes, Carboni, a little shove to get himself in position. Keller is in difficulties here. Carboni's right through, all the way through, and it's a penalty. There had to be. It was a wonderful run by Carboni, felled as he was right at the end. And West Ham looked down the barrel of a 4th goal. See there as Carboni goes through, it's just a matter of time before one of the 3 West Ham players bring him down, and he will have the pleasure of taking the penalty himself and perhaps scoring his 5th of the season. Oh, beautifully taken penalty, and it's 73 minutes gone and 4-0. West Ham still have a quarter of an hour of this agony. And it's a long, long time since West Ham have been 4-0 down at home. Rue doesn't get there. Lampard does. Kitson's offside. Wonderful finish. It's a flag went up straight away.
The departure of Di Canio had definitely improved the atmosphere around the club, although more pressure was applied to Benito Carboni to provide the flair in the Wednesday side, which he duly did with a superb strike to see off First Division Stockport County in the FA Cup. February was a relatively good month for the Owls, who exacted revenge on both Middlesbrough and Leicester City. First was a trip to the Midlands. Yet again it was the little Italian pulling the strings as the Foxes were outclassed by the Owls.
Here's Andy Booth, plenty of space for Booth. Keller can't make the save, and Yonk is there at the back post with the header. Keller could only parry the ball out from Andy Booth's shot. And Wednesday go in front. Andy Booth finding himself in acres of space. The effort's only parried by Casey Keller. He'll feel he should have done better. Yonk with the header. Here's Alex Anderson. Inside for Booth. Back to the Swedish international. Yonk steps over it. Carbone! Another good finish from Benito Carbone. Wednesday double their lead. From the Swede, through the Dutchman, and finished off by the little Italian, Benito Carbone.
Big City visitors next, Chelsea in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Surprisingly for a game of such importance, both sides showed little invention, but it was the Blues who broke the deadlock with a Roberto Di Matteo strike 5 minutes from time, thus ending another Wednesday Cup run.
Wise rolls it across to Petrescu. He's fit himself into the attack very nicely again. Zola hooks it on to Goldbeck. Vialli waits in the centre. Oh, Di Matteo! Chelsea have scored. It's Roberto Di Matteo.
Big spending Blackburn Rovers crumbled at Ewood Park as Wednesday were rampant. Recovering from their cup hangover, the Owls registered a 4-1 victory. Danny Sonner claiming his first goal for the club.
The Blackburn defence scattered all over the place, and Danny Sonner the goal scorer. Rudy pulling it back. The ball off from Booth. Sonner with the finish. Here's Benny Carboni, takes it down superbly, beats the defender, pulls it back. This is Peter Rudy, and that is a fabulous finish from Peter Rudy. Completely unmarked, just inside the penalty area, created by Benito Carbone. A lovely chip back from him, and Rudy with an excellent finish. Now here's Peter Rudy. Puts this one through for Yonk. Yonk has plenty of time to control and cross, and Rudy with a header, his second of the game. Completely unmarked. The Blackburn Rovers defence nowhere. And Peter Rudy scores again. Here's McAteer, takes it down unchallenged. McAteer with a shot, it took a deflection on the way, and Blackburn have pulled one back. Jason McAteer with the shot, but I think it came off a Wednesday leg on the way. Now this is Andy Booth. Booth wrestles past the defender and slots the finish home. Head over heels for Andy Booth, and Wednesday make it 4. Easily beating off the defender, slotting it past the keeper, and Andy Booth completes the afternoon for Wednesday.
That win put the Owls into 12th place in the league, and both Sonner and Booth would shine once more in the next home game against Middlesbrough.
Here's Peter Atherton. That one goes straight out for a Middlesbrough throw. Can't clear their lines though, and this is Carbone. Space for Carbone to shoot, and not far wide. Creating something out of nothing. A left foot shot just past the post. Well, that's a poor ball, giving it away. This is Carbone. Pallister can't get the tackle in. Carbone's still going. Rudy with space here. Rudy for Hinchcliffe on the overlap. Acres of room for Hinchcliffe. And that's Andy Booth. And that's 1-0 to Wednesday. Unmarked on the near post. Andy Booth scores again. Hinchcliffe the creator. Booth with the finishing touch. Here, Mikel Beck gets the better of the defence. Oh, he's dropped it wide of the post. Mikel Beck will feel he should have done a lot better with that chance. Dangerous position this, with plenty of aerial threat in the Middlesbrough side. Here it comes, that's Pallister off the bar. Well, Pressman catching it only at the second time after it had cannoned off the crossbar, and Pallister beating him to the initial header. Corner for Wednesday then, taken to the edge of the area. This is Yonk with the ball across, the header comes in, and Wednesday have scored. It's Danny Sonner. Sonner on the score sheet once more. Yonk's ball in. The corner to the edge of the area. The Dutchman with perfect execution on the ball across, and Sonner proving something of a bargain buy this season with a very good header home. This is a chance for Middlesbrough. It's Robbie Mustoe. Mustoe! He pulls one back. Mustoe, the man to get the better of the Wednesday defence. Now here's Carbone. Manages to find a way through. He's pulled down there. And that, the Wednesday fans think, should be a sending off for Maddison. Neil Maddison pulls down Carbone. Will it be red or yellow? The cops certainly think it should be red. We wait for the verdict of the referee. It looks like it's just a booking, and indeed a yellow card for the trip. Here's the header in from Booth. And Wednesday score once more. The reward for the foul on Carbone initially is Andy Booth with a header on the end of the free kick. And that seals the game for Wednesday. A well-worked free kick. Booth with a header. Anderson might run through for Carbone. It does indeed. He's up against Dean Gordon. Carbone does well. He's beaten off Dean Gordon to the byline. Plenty of time for Carbone to pull the cross back. The header might fall down, and then Booth at the back post, unmarked.
March failed to yield any points, and a run of 4 straight defeats wasn't the kind of form that any team want to carry into the final furlong of a long campaign. The only goal came in the game against Wimbledon, where the Owls went down 2-1 despite having the majority of the play. Danny Wilson had been searching for a new forward all season. He finally brought in promising under-21 international Richard Creswell from York for £1 million. With only a couple of months to go, relegation became a danger, especially after the defeat against fellow strugglers Coventry City. A strike from Peter Rudy wasn't enough as the visitors recorded a 2-1 victory against the Owls. Yet another side fighting relegation were the next opponents.
For Tony Grant. They rather backed off him to start with. There's Jeffers, Kevin Campbell. Atherton. Hoisted for Booth to attack, which he's done to some advantage. Would have been to real effect if Carboni had made better contact on the half volley. Unsworth. Oh, Newsom left it to Srnicek, gaping goal! And a goal for Francis Jeffers. Decision went against David Unsworth. An indirect free kick to Wednesday. Rudy and Booth are poised on the edge of the penalty area. They're being joined now by the big Brazilian, Emerson Tom. There is Tom! Not that far wide. The fact that he arrived so late meant that his marker hadn't really picked him up. He was only up against Scott Gemmell. Hinchcliffe. Rudy in space on the edge of the penalty area. Booth beyond the penalty spot. Three waiting for Hinchcliffe's cross. He's over the lot of them. Sonner. Everton have regrouped in the middle. Alexanderson. Booth! Well, he's forced Thomas Muir into his first save of the match. And we're within 4 minutes of half-time. Good, firm, downward header. Newsom. Campbell for Gemmell, taken by Newsom and then Rudy. Materazzi with Carboni in pursuit. Unsworth hemmed in and forcing the error. It's Carboni and it's 1-1. Another defensive error. Another potentially so important goal in the skirmishes near the foot of the table. Carboni merely a lurking presence, but Unsworth just stubbed his foot into the ground at the same time as making contact with the ball. And Carboni is not one to spurn such opportunities. His 8th of the season. Has Grant taken it on too much or not? Probably not. It's Gemmell and it's Jeffers! Good save by Srnicek. And then, well, appeals for a penalty as Gemmell went down. The referee gives only a corner. Unsworth's cross. Newsom's header. Unsworth. Barmby's nipped in here. Just ran out of ground. Unsworth. Materazzi, another error. Carboni in again. Materazzi this time, and his fellow Italian profits once more. What a time to commit defensive errors of this sort of magnitude. And from being one down Everton have literally handed Sheffield Wednesday a 2-1 lead. Carboni was almost tripped. Maybe Mura would have had more chance of stopping the resulting penalty, but as it was, he was given no chance.
Those points would prove vital as the Owls faced a difficult run in the matches against Manchester United, Chelsea and Newcastle. A busy month ended with a goalless draw against Chelsea. Although the game was rather lacklustre, the point virtually secured Premiership safety.
It's been a poor run recently. Has confidence dipped a lot?
I think so, yeah. I think I'd be lying if I said people's confidence didn't dip a little bit, but I think that's just a way of life. You know, if you're losing a couple of games, people's head goes down. You try and keep them up and try and keep them going. But you know, confidence has waned a little bit. But hopefully, the next 2 games we can win the next 2, and then hopefully next season we can start afresh with everybody's confidence sky high.
The final home game of the season saw the visit of Liverpool and a minute's silence at Hillsborough to remember those who lost their lives 10 years previously. Prior to kick-off, the fans' favourite Benito Carboni received the Player of the Year award, and Emerson Tome was voted the Travelling Fans Player of the Year.
Leonardson gets the ball back, still Leonardson, shot in. Cernicek gets the better of Leonardson's shot. Carboni's got plenty of pace up against Gerrard. Carboni tries the shot and safely into the arms of the keeper. This is Peter Rudy. Rudy striding forward. Not enough power in the effort from Peter Rudy. Danny Sonner with the in-swinging corner. Will come all the way to Peter Atherton. Atherton across goal, and Andy Booth not afraid to put his head in where it hurts. Amongst the flying boots on the 6-yard box, just wide. Atherton completely unmarked, driving it back across goal. Yes, he can. Still a lot of work to be done for Wednesday. The shot in. And over from Danny Sonner. Booth did well to take it down. And Sonner just couldn't get on top of his shot. Rudy with the ball through. High cross looking for the head of Andy Booth. Wednesday will keep the pressure on. Atherton will launch this one into the danger zone. Flicked on Rudy. And Rudy firing over high into the cop. Sweeping ball over, finds Carboni in acres of space, plenty of room for Carboni. Oh, an excellent save from the keeper. Carboni's still going. We bank on him scoring from there, but Carboni denied. Song with the ball into the box. It's not cleared by Wednesday. This is Berger in space. Berger battling his way through. He'll stab the shot towards goal. Just wide. This is Yonk. Yonk with a rifling shot after Liverpool had given the ball away. Carboni, oh, that's a wonderful effort, not far wide. Andy Booth makes way for Richard Creswell. Wednesday's deadline day signing. Sonner again with the corner. Into the 6-yard box.
After that penultimate game, the fans said farewell to Juan Cobian, who, like Stefanovic the season before, had failed to play enough matches to have his work permit renewed. The final game of the season was to be crucial to the future of Charlton Athletic.
Nervy defending by Charlton Athletic. Sonner, Cresswell, Sonner, and the goal which diminishes any chances at all of Charlton Athletic remaining a Premiership club. The Sheffield Wednesday band plays as Charlton Athletic get that sinking feeling. It's a Premiership quality goal, which is just rubbing it in for poor old Charlton Athletic. Great flick from Cresswell, taken well by Sonner, and a dagger to the heart of Charlton Athletic.
Another season over, although inconsistent, Wednesday finished in a fairly respectable 12th place.
There's been one or two inconsistencies more than anything, that's happened throughout the season. The biggest problem we have had is virtually that consistency and putting some results together, over the season, not just in little patches that we've been doing. When players are having, a bit of a sticky time or a bit of a lean patch, if you like, in the form-wise, if it dips a bit, we've not been able to put players in, on a regular basis. I think really because of the strength in depth that's needed, and if you're playing 38 games at a high tempo like it is in the Premiership, you're going to get times in the season when the lads, need possibly a bit of a break, but we've not been able to turn it around a bit as much as I would like. When you get the results against Man U and Arsenal, as you said before, it gives everybody a big lift at the club, and me included, and it just goes to show that it is there and they can do it. It's just making them do it week in, week out.
I think you need to trust in the people, and I trust in the Gaffer, as Danius is a very clever man. Frank Ballers as well. Then I think is looking for a better time, better moments for that club. That's I hope. Not only me, but I think any place that club think about that same. Benny or Daz or Vim, something like that.
We want to get to at least to 40 points as early as possible, but I think in that spell that we had the good results, we got to 38 points, and it's taken us I don't know how many games to get an extra 2 points, never mind anything else. And again, that's the frustration that fans can see as well, and obviously from my point of view, it is a building process. I think seeing and working with the lads for the last 12 months, or 8 or 9 months I should say, it makes you even more determined, and that's what I certainly am, because I know it is a sleeping giant at the club. The potential here is fantastic, and if we can start putting the product on the pitch, and get the bums on the seats in the stadium, I think everybody will be more than delighted.